Yo, yo, yo! My baddie, what's up, bro? What's up, homie? How you doing, brother? Everything went well? That's amazing to hear, man. That's awesome. I'm excited to check your bot, actually. It's nice. I see you were playing around it. That's awesome. It's awesome, awesome. Ugh. Okay. But are you ready for some networking secure protocols? Another. We'll end this room today. Like, I just want to end this room today. And I have to start sleeping and properly. Like, I end up cleaning. Um, after I stream, right? I do some cleaning of the house and blah blah blah. That takes so much of time. I always end up late sleeping. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. So I really hope I start properly sleeping. Ah, I see. Dude, like, um, I have to change my phone too. I have to change my phone very, very soon. Yeah. But okay. I think that's a good thing to hear though. Like in the morning that your day went well, that's a good thing to hear. I'm pretty happy about it. Let's make it even better with some try hack me and ending the whole room today actually. I have time, I'm going to end the whole room and we'll see how things go. Okay. So with that note, let's get started. I'm actually wondering where is my boy Wrench and Rover? Where are they? And Panda. Where's my gang? Oh, and yeah, yeah. Let's end this thing because I think we completed STPS, SMTP, SSH, all these. We'll see how it goes. If not completed, but I want to complete it. That's my main goal today. Yo, Shriram Bharat, what's up, bro? What's up, my man? I'm doing good too, bro. I'm doing good, man. How are you? How is life? How is college? How's college life? Everything going good? College sucks. Well, at least here you will learn something better. I know college sucks, man. It's what it is, I guess. College sucks. It's what it is. But what can we do? All good. But yeah, how about ready to learn some TryHackMe secure protocols? Today we are finishing this room. That's my goal. So we will have task 4, 5, 6, and 7. And let's get started with task 4, adding to TLS to SMTP, POP3, and IMAP is no different than adding TLS to HTTP. If you remember, right, how things are, we have this stack where we have application layer at layer 7, we have presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, networking layer, uh, very small, networking layer, the data link layer, and the physical layer, right? If you remember. And HTTP is here. how TLS works, if you remember, is basically TLS is we are having model exam right now, and some guys copied using mobile phones. So it's very strict right now. They made us remove shoes, socks, belt, and checked us like if we have bomb with us. Holy! I wish I were this strict about like the education qualification of the teachers as well. Might be better, or even at least students' well-being. Yeah, that's crazy though. That's crazy. It's like airport level checking. Lol. Okay, so as I was saying, right, how TLS works is, let's say HTTP is at layer 7, right? Not, let's say, we know that it's on layer 7. How TLS works is this is layer 6. TLS is just going to sweep in here almost. Think about this way. It's going to be added between HTTP and and layer 6. If you think logically, in that way, right? And then it is going to be becoming HTTPS, and that's what it was mentioned here. Oh, TLS. Establish a TCP three-way handshake. That's done. Establish a TLS session. Communicate using HTTP protocol. So basically, HTTP over TLS, right? Basically, it's built on top of TLS, and it's like there is no changes to HTTP itself as the protocol, just goes above, because TLS is like a very simple. It's like kind of the whole OSI model is a sandwich, just adding another layer. Same thing happens with every single protocol of this, which is SMTP, POP3, and IMAP, right? Just like HTTP, we add TLS just above, below them. So similar to how HTTP gets an appended S for secure and become HTTPS, SMTP, POP3, and IMAP becomes SMTPS, POP3S, and IMAPS, respectively. Using these protocols over TLS is no different than using HTTP over TLS. On and off, getting things settled. Just got home. Oh, awesome. A very good afternoon to you, Robert. Or good morning. No problem. Take your time, mate. Using the protocols over TLS is no different than using HTTP over TLS. Therefore, almost all the points from HTTPS discussion apply to these protocols, right? The insecure versions use default TCP port numbers shown in the table below. So we have HTTP at 80, SMTP 25, POP 310, IMAP 143. HTTP would be HTTPS is 443. SMTP is 465 and 587. POP 3 995, IMAPS 993. TLS can be added to many other protocols. The reasoning and advantage would be similar, making things secure. Answer the question below. If you capture network traffic, in which of the following protocols can you extract login credentials? So if you see, all these two have S with them, but this one doesn't. So I will say IMAP. And I'm just going to do the, what's this called? I will be the one doing a majority of the question. Let's get this over with, right? So this was good, right? You understood everything. The how TLS is basically like if you consider whole OSI model a sandwich, and if there is, let's say, lettuce, just below lettuce you added another some veggie. That's your TLS. So task 5 SSH. We have used the telnet protocol in the networking concepts room. Although it is very convenient to log in and administer yeah, all good, just secure shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. So, although it is very convenient to log in and administer remote systems, it is risky when all the traffic is sent in clear text. Indeed, it is easy for anyone monitoring the network traffic to get hold of your login credentials once you get telnet or once you use telnet. This problem necessitated a solution. Tattoo? What the fuck? Tattoo. Yolnen. If I had known this name, I would use it for my networking project now. So Tattoo uh, Yolonen, whatever, developed the Secure Shell Protocol and released SSH1 in 1995 as a freeware. Interestingly, it was the same year that Netscape Communications released SSL 2.0 protocol. A more secure version, SSH2, was defined in 1996. In 1999, the OpenBSD developers released OpenSSH, an open source implementation of SSH. So this was freeware and this was open source. Freeware is like a software you can use freely, but you don't have the code. Open source, you have the code as well. No, nowadays, when you use an SSH client, it's most likely based on OpenSSH libraries and source code. And there is a company, just SSH name, SSH.com, inventor and origin of secure shell and beyond. So that's also like an interesting thing to check. So OpenSSH offers several benefits. Oh, let me give you guys this. It's basically SSH.com. It's such an expensive like domain to own. All this one. It's crazy. We will list a few key points. Secure authentication. Besides password-based authentication, OpenSSH offers several benefits. We'll list a few here. Secure authentication. Beside password-based authentication, SSH supports public key and two-factor authentication. Public key, if you remember, you need like a big PEM file or something to authenticate. Confidentiality. OpenSSH provides end-to-end encryption, protecting against eavesdropping. Furthermore, it notifies you of new server keys to protect against man-in-the-middle attack. So what happens is, this is actually you will see a lot, is let's say you are connecting to us, this is your you on your PC, and you want to connect to a server, right? So you use, let's say, SSH dash I for like if you're using a PEM file or a public key file to connect. Now this PEM file or this communication which is happening between the server, you can actually find all these things in this directory. Have a look and you will see like, so all the connections you have ever made are already there, and this is also used to for this exact purpose, this specific purpose. Because let's say if you're using a different key to connect to the same server, right, new server keys, or there are certain changes, right, in the communication, like you were already connecting to a server but the server changed, right, for the same, it will or there is any kind of changes, it will tell you, it notifies you that there might be a possible man in the middle attack happening and drops the connection right there. Integrity. In addition to protecting the confidentiality of the exchange data, cryptography also protects the integrity of the traffic, and you can select which encryption algorithm you want to use. I think current standard is RSA 2048, something like that. That's like at least a bare minimum good one. required or 4096. Tunneling. SSH can create a secure tunnel to route other protocols through SSH. This setup leads to VPN-like connection. So we'll talk about tunneling. Okay, so let's say think about this way. Do you know about Pablo Escobar? Any of you ever heard of Pablo Escobar? He's a great one when it comes to like using network of tunnels, right? Like he escaped so many times from these. So what tunnels is, right? Is just reason I'm pointing out because it's like really interesting to see. But how tunneling works is basically you are on a basically this is your neighborhood, right? Let's say this is you living in this corner. Let's say this is me. Let's say this is a restaurant, and this is another like person, Pablo Escobar, right? If you want to go from one place to another, you go basically use a road, right? There are roads to connect us all. Right? Let's say there is roads. So if you have to go from one place to another, let's say you go from here to the restaurant. That's a very normal way, and a person near you, your neighbor like me or Pablo Escobar, can actually look where you are going. You don't like that. So what you do, you dig a tunnel, right, to actually get away from this eavesdropping of letting people know where you are going. So you create a tunnel, and you have to, of course, ask permission from the restaurant, but you are able to create this tunnel, and now because it's underground, I can't see you. Neither can Pablo Escobar or anybody around in the neighborhood, right? That's basically your internet tunneling. That's how. Oh, thank you so much. So that's tunneling. SSH can create a secure tunnel to route other protocols through SSH. Whatever communication you are having, right? It can like go like a special path, like a tunnel on the internet, on the world internet. This setup leads to VPN-like connection. X11 forwarding. If you connect to a Unix-like system with graphical user interface, SSH allows you to use graphical applications over the network. So what X11 or graphical stuff means is that if I connect, right, using my SSH, if you see through when we are actually connecting to our TryHackMe servers, right, THM server, when I connect using the SSH or Open VPN protocol, right, you have seen it's all black and white screen. It's all a CLI terminal, right? It's a terminal. But when I connect through here, when I start like the machine here, I can not just see the terminal. I don't only use the terminal, I can use graphical user interface, just my mouse and keyboard, to actually go around, right? Do things just like you see on this desktop, right? That's X11 forwarding, where graphical applications can also be used. There are a lot of protocols using that, like VNC. Um, what's another one actually? TeamViewer. That's another one. There's bunch. There's bunch. X11. I think itself there is a library about it. Name when you download. Okay. So hopefully these all you guys understand, right? Secure authentication, confidentiality, integrity with tunneling and X11 forwarding. Let me drink water. You could issue the command SSH username at hostname to connect to an SSH server. If the username is the same as your logged in username, you only need SSH hostname. Then you will be asked for a password. However, if the public key authentication is used, you will be logged in immediately. So basically, you have to tell username and hostname if it is same as mine, right? Like if both are root, right, from the server you are connecting. If the username here, both, let's say this is CH and I want to log in as CH, both are same. I don't have to mention the username. I just say SSH hostname. But if they are different, then I do it. Public key will see. Basically, yeah, it's not that hard. Public key is basically instead of password, you are doing a file, attaching it. The screenshot below shows an example of running Wireshark on remote Kali Linux system. The argument -x is required to support running graphical interfaces. For example, SSH hostname -x. The local system needs to have suitable graphical system installed. Okay, we did this SSH blah blah blah. Absolutely no warranty to extend permanent. Okay. Yes, and then Wireshark. So we did Wireshark and it opens the Wireshark for us. That's actually nice. Okay. While the telnet server listens on port 23, the SSH server listens on port 22. And in this one, if we can see SSH, the host name, so names will be same, right? Stratogos on Kali and the server -x, and then IP. They're asking for IP address and everything, and then just Wireshark opens the Wireshark application. What is the name of the open source implementation of SSH? So I think we all know Open SSH. Okay, now we have SFTP and FTPS. SFTP stands for SSH File Transfer Protocol and allows secure file transfer. It is part of SSH protocol suite and shares the same port number 22. If enabled in the OpenSSH server configuration, you can connect using commands such as SFTP username at hostname. So very much similar to like the SSH, right? SSH username at hostname. We have SFTP username hostname, and it shares the same protocol like SSH as they were mentioning. Once logged in, you can issue commands such as get file name and put file name to download, download and upload files respectively. Generally speaking, SFTP commands are Unix-like and can differ from FTP commands. So they're very much like Unix-like. Okay, so you can do just get, put, all those ways. Okay. SFTP should not be confused with FTPS. You are right to think FTPS stands for a File Transfer Secure Protocol Secure. File Transfer Protocol Secure. How is FTPS secure? Yes, you are correct to estimate that this is secured using TLS, such as HTTPS. While FTP uses port 21, FTPS usually uses port 990. It requires certificate setup and it can also be tricky to allow over strict firewalls as it uses separate connections for control and data transfer. Okay, setting up SFTP server is easy as enabling an option within SSH OpenSSH server like HTTPS, SMTPS, POP3S, IMAPS, and other protocols. They rely on TLS for security. SFTPS requires TLS certificate to run securely. Damn. Okay. A proper TLS certificate. So basically they are saying these protocols, they just rely on a TLS, right? Like during a handshake session, there's encryption setup, but with SFTPS, it really just runs as hard like with a TLS certificate. These one don't require like these are just like certificate is required with HTTPS and all these, but this one is very different. It requires a TLS certificate. This one is OpenSSH. Sorry, this one is HTTPS certificate. Different. While SFTP. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. Okay. So what happens is, let's say for example HTTP, which is more secure? That's a good question. SFTPS or FTPS? That's a good question. SFTP is generally considered more secure because it uses single port and is inherently a more modern and versatile protocol. While FTPS is less versatile and has more potential vulnerabilities. However, both are secure options compared to plain HTTP. Okay. With SSH, I think makes sense because one thing I can tell you, right, is basically SFTP, right, uses SSH, and SSH is so secure, it's used everywhere. SSH is so secure, right? Even if I use SSH every day almost, it's like that's how much I use it, right? Compared to FTPS, which is just TLS. And the TLS, if you remember, this was came out in 1995. But this SSH one, after its version 2, it had a lot more features. It was built using TLS, but some more extra features were added. So SSH is TLS plus more. So hopefully this helps remembering. SSH is TLS plus more, whereas TLS is just TLS. And as I was saying, does that make sense? Like the whole idea? Strong encryption and everything, and yeah, that's a good question though. This is like a very detailed thing too we can go over. But yeah, as I was saying, right, HTTPS, if a question might that came into my mind, HTTPS also uses certificate same as, let's say, FTPS, right? But this one isn't hard to implement versus FTPS. Why is basically two things, right? First, number of ports it uses is one, whereas it uses more than one. Second, the FTPS, this certificate, right, is more about the authenticity, right? And it's more like a open key concept. Whereas this one, TLS certificate, I think if we are setting it ourselves, that's way more tricky because it's going to use a certificate for different at a networking layer, right? Let's go over FTPS and HTTP both use certificate. Why FTPS is harder to implement? FTPS is harder to implement than HTTPS because it uses multiple ports. So that's basically it for the which complicates firewall configuration. HTTPS, by contrast, uses single port. So what will that do then? Because there are more than one certificate or more than one port. Sure thing. Oh, thank you. Okay. What is the best protocol for secure FTP? SFTPS, FTPS. Oh, supports key-based authentication, whereas FTPS doesn't. Because this uses TLS, SSH does. Support certificates. Certificates are not supported. Connections to authentication. So this certificate is just like the HTTPS one. And firewall friendly, this is not. Okay. Thank you, Robert. This actually is good. Thank you. And this one is just basically number of ports. Okay. Click on the view site button to access the related site. Please follow the instructions on the site to obtain the flag. Okay. Matching clear text protocol to the secure protocol. As we might have learned in this module, every protocol uses a default port number and the secure version uses a different default port number. In the following exercise, you need to match the clear text protocol's default number with the secure protocol's default port number. For example, HTTP listens on TCP port 80, whereas HTTPS listens on 443 by default. We match 80 and 443. Okay. So one is 80 and 443. 110 was POP 3. I think it uses 990. Oh, 993, 995. Oh, there are more. Okay, let me. Come on. Brute force, yeah. Dude, and I don't remember IMAP these ones protocols ever, man. No need. Okay, let's see which ones I know. 22 is SSH and Telnet was 21, so this should be good. Oh wait, 23 was a Telnet. Yeah. Yeah. 587 is SMTPS. I know that. SMTP was 25 or 23. Okay, 25. 21 is FTP. 990 is for FTPS. 110 is POS. No? Okay. I have no idea what these two are. It's fine. I think I never needed the need for it. The only protocols ever I use for setting up my firewall is 80 and 443 or SSH. 110 to 995. What is the 110 one? POP? POP with 995. I hate these numbers, man. Why did I close my Google Chrome? Oh boy. Okay, 1 second, let's. Be back. Okay. Task 7, the last task of this interesting room. Task 7, VPN. Let me drink some water. Consider a company with offices in different geographical locations. Can this company connect all its offices and sites to the main branch so that any device can access the shared resources as if physically located in the main branch? The answer is yes. So basically, our problem here is, let's say you started a big company, right? Let's say you are the owner of Microsoft, right? Let's say one office is in New York, one is in like Delhi, one is in Toronto. So our job is to, because they are different, right, in different location, networking wise, right, is it possible to make them like connect such that it feels like all of them are in just one building, let's say Microsoft building. Can we do that? Right, that's the try. So that, because if let's say there are certain files inside Delhi one, those can be shared to Toronto or New York, let's say for accounting reasons, and Toronto has some extra software that can go to Delhi or New York, yeah, and yada yada yada. So answer is yes. Furthermore, the most economical solution would be setting up a virtual private network using internet infrastructure. The focus here is to on the V for the virtual holy. Okay, the focus here is on the V for virtual in virtual private network. When the internet was designed, the TCP/IP protocol suite focused on delivering packets. For example, if a router gets out of service, the routing protocols can adapt and pick up a different route to send packets. So basically, when it was designed, it was more about communication. That was the main focus. So if, let's say, just like Google Maps, right, if one place goes down, if one of the routers is not available, one of the roads are not available, you change the road, right? So that was its focus. If a packet was not acknowledged, TCP has built-in mechanism to detect its situation and reset. However, no mechanisms are in place to ensure all data leaving or entering a computer is protected from disclosure and alternation. So there was no mechanism for security, whether like things that are going away, have they been changed, or anything like exposed or something. A popular solution was the setup of a VPN connection. The focus here is on the private in VPN. So first is virtual. Virtual is like, okay, we will use internet infrastructure, right, to create virtually a connection as if they are all in the same building. That's V, as if they are all in the same building virtually. P, private here is so that it's not disclosed or no alternation can happen. Almost all companies require private information exchange in their virtual network. So VPN provides very convenient and relatively inexpensive solution. The main requirements are internet connectivity and a VPN server and client. So, okay, so basically with our whole communication, we hear, let's say, all this communication, right, which we wanted, can happen if we create a special thing called a VPN server. I know that I have tried putting a VPN server on my Raspberry Pi, and it's like you just have to download certain software, then you are good to go. So this is, let's say, our VPN server. Changing the. This is our VPN server. And what happens is, all the branches are basically connected to this one. Once, let's say, a computer is connected to this one, it feels like all these basically come under this guy. It will feel like that when you start doing it. Cool. Yo, Renchi, what's up, bro? The network diagram. I did ping you. What are you talking about? Oh, well-known TCP ports. Oh, cool. I did ping you, bro. See? Renchi. Okay. The network diagram below shows an example of a company with two remote branches connecting to the main branch. A VPN client in the remote branches is expected to connect to a VPN server in the main branch. In this case, the VPN client will encrypt the traffic, pass it to the main branch via established VPN tunnel, shown in blue, and the VPN traffic is limited to the blue lines. The green lines could carry the decrypted traffic. You didn't get notification? I don't know, man. I go see. Okay. Have a good one, Sriram. Have a good one. Because this VPN is almost done. And what VPN is, if you remember the tunneling thing we were talking about, the same thing, right? It's basically creating a special tunnel on the whole internet. That's all the VPN is. Oh, Dinesh, what's up, bro? Long time no see. How are you doing, Bran? Sounds good, bro. In the network diagram below, we see two remote server users using VPN clients to connect to the VPN server in the main branch. In this case, the VPN client connects to a single device. So we see like the bigger, actually then we don't need, right? Like if you guys see, this is the same implementation as the one I was talking about. You just need one VPN server and you can connect to anywhere, right? Main branch, this branch, that branch, right? Same thing, like, yeah, example like TryHackMe, we don't need a server, VPN setup in our house. We just use a VPN client to connect, right? Whereas like in big companies, you use more VPN servers and VPN clients, and there's one main branch VPN server, but like there are these clients, extra servers of VPN you don't need everywhere. Once a VPN is established, all our internet traffic will usually be routed over the VPN connection via the VPN tunnel. Consequently, when we try to access an internet service or web application, they will not see our public IP address but the VPN servers. And just to give you a quick example of what happens, right? Actually, I'll use this guy and this guy. Okay. So we have this is you on your laptop, right? When you use VPN, right, you are basically establishing a special tunnel, let's say, a special tunnel to a VPN server of your provider, which is, let's say, VPN server is in Delhi. Does your company uses it too? Oh yeah, we use it. Like I have used with like clients, I've used with myself. It is very useful. So let's say this is Delhi, and I'm in Canada, right? I'm not keeping well these days, but I love your consistency. I get notified about your videos daily, but I couldn't join. Good to see you, bro. Oh, good to see you, man. Hope your things going well. If you want chat, my DMs are always open, bro. My DMs are always open. If you want to like have a quick chat, if you want like any guidance or anything, let me know. Right? Let me know. And yeah, 100%. Just try. Don't worry, because it's good to just share whatever you like. And this is internet, the best part. I will have no idea where you live, right, and everything. You can just share whatever you like. It's great. Okay. Hope things go well, bro. Hope things go well. So going back, right? So let's say my IP here was 1.1.1.1. I connect to the VPN server in Delhi, which has an IP address of, let's say, 123.0.0.1. Now what happens is all my connection, all my things I want to do will go through here, and this VPN will go to the internet. And the internet will see this one. Whereas without VPN, I can just directly connect from my server, and this is the port, right? And you guys can see here I have an example ready for you guys. Oh wait, I can't show you this one properly because it exposes my IP as well. But yeah, like I will say this, there's a software called One Click VPN I like to use on Chrome. Easy to do and like set up. Yeah, basically that's it. That's what VPN does. And if you want like its bigger brother, which is like almost on testosterone, right? Like some drugs, is called root. Should I talk about it? It's called Tor routing. Tor routing is, instead of like, you create a different protocol, right? It's a different protocol. But let's say it is you connect to a Tor one, another Tor client, then use another one, another one, another one, another one, and then you connect to the dark web, right? That's kind of in summary what Tor browser is, and it is said, and make sure, right? No. Remember, these all are clients. These all are other people. Yeah, bhai ka Tor. But these all are also just other people, other hackers using Tor to access dark web. And the person, right, end node. This one is called end node. Whoever has access to this, let's say if I'm connected, but I'm looking at, let's say, FBI's. I'm using FBI's end node. They can see all the traffic because VPN, what this happens is, right? Oh, nice, bro. How you got it for free? Nice, bro. That's awesome. So what happens, and just this way and this way, right? What or happens whenever the system leaves your let's say you tried to send a mail, right? With VPN or Tor, it gets encrypted, goes to the server, right? Reaches the server decrypts it, and then sent to the internet. So even with the Tor, right, the same thing is happening. It reaches the end node. And remember, it needs to decrypt so the end node can see your data, whatever you're doing. मैं नहीं बताऊंगा. Okay. Time to hack Wrenchman. Time to hack this Wrenchy boy. I know his area where he lives, so that should be easy. Okay, going back. So hopefully that makes sense, that whoever has your access to your VPN server or your end node in Tor can actually see all the data. Tell me how you got Pico. Raspberry Pico then. This is blackmail, legit blackmail. Okay. So, where were we? Yeah, consequently, when we try to access an internet service or a web application, they will not see our public IP address, but the VPN's servers, right? So they will see the Delhi one, as I mentioned here. They will see this one. This is why some internet users connect over VPN to circumvent geographical restrictions. Furthermore, the local ISP will only see encrypted traffic, which limits its ability to center internet access. This is actually very true as well because, interestingly, let's say, I don't want to give the North Korea example. I will give a China example. Okay. So let's say in China, right? Somebody wanted to access Netflix. And this is true. This is a true story. Me got Amazon Pay Cash for stuff and entered a lucky draw. Oh, nice. Cool, bro. Nice. Okay. So China, somebody from China wants to access Netflix, but Chinese government doesn't allow it, right? For whatever reason, right? Doesn't crosses the firewall. So what somebody did is connect to a VPN, let's say in India, right? Or Canada, and then access the Netflix. So they are able to China. Never mind. But yeah, that's how they're able to access, because now the Netflix sees it's not coming from China, it passes their firewall and able to connect to the VPN, because firewall also cannot see the traffic, right? That what service you want to access. The local ISP, internet service provider, your Geo, Rogers, T-Mobile, right? Yeah. So it's a special connection, and you can create a connection, and it will looks like that you are in Delhi, India, Canada, US, wherever, right? And that's what actually is. I'll talk a little bit more about the VPN. One interesting thing, if you're actually selecting a VPN, I don't I'd like to use something which is already on open, because majority of the VPN companies, especially the US one, keeps a log of your connections. What is the log of connections? Hey, I have this server, VPN server, a person connected to me. Okay, cool, he wants security. Let's fuck that, because let's say if it was me, they are actually keeping a track of my IP address and what I connected to. Connected to, let's say, facebook.com, right? So they can see, the VPN server can keep a like a log of these things. So this basically destroys my privacy. There is no use of VPN which creates a log, because tomorrow, like if FBI wants to access my system, wants to know what I was connecting to, they can access the VPN log. It's same as, let's say, if I was using an internet service provider, right, and connecting to Facebook. They are also doing the same thing. What's the difference? You need to get a VPN that doesn't have any logs. There are no logs. So if FBI says, hey, can you give me CH, like what is his activity, they say we don't have any logs. We don't have it. How can we give it to you? There are certain companies that do not have any logs, and those are really good ones and really popular in the world. And don't use those YouTubers, free VPN, or I want to talk to you about a VPN service. Majority of them are shit. Yeah, make your own VPN, but like make it so that it's hard for them to see your location, right? If you create one at your home and it's just giving still your home IP address, there's no point. Or use Tor, best. So that's how criminals get away. Yeah, VPN without any logs. Yeah. Those which don't have any logs. That was the whole case, that they wanted to catch a criminal. FBI VPN. So they were accessing, so FBI VPN case, most prominently known as FBI's investigation into 9/11 S5 botnet, a network that used malicious VPNs to infect millions of computers for cybercrime, including fraud and stuff, leading to arrest in, no, not this one. Logs. Yeah, legit. It is something, right? Several reputable VPNs have their no log policies, right? Verified through independent third party audits and proven in real world legal cases where they were unable to provide user data because it never existed, right? So that's the whole case. Like in this is in Mulward, right? In April 2023, Swedish police raided Mulward's office with search warrant. The police left empty-handed because Mulward's infrastructure and minimal data retention policies ensured no user activity was available. Right? So there are good ones, right? Just make sure you check this one specific thing. Yeah, Mulward is actually the best. I remember their case because so many people, so many criminals use Mulward, and it's a Swedish company, so it puts them out of the US and like US policies and stuff, right? Swedish has its own geographical like system. They don't like let US interfere easily. So it's a very important to know which company also you are following, right? And where the servers are. Because if you might be following Mulward, but they have a server in US which might like be forced to use, that's another thing. Next, in other words, if a user connects to a VPN server in Japan, yeah. That's why like make sure like these is very important to know with. This is where like I think with it's not just important to be tech savvy, like you need to be understand geopolitical heat as well a little bit to know what some countries can go to lens to keep their dominance. Yeah. So if a user connects to a VPN server in Japan, they will appear to the servers they access as if located in Japan. These servers will customize their experience accordingly, such as redirecting them to the Japanese version of the service. The screenshot below shows Google search connecting to a VPN in Japan. You see the language change. Finally, although in many scenarios one would establish a VPN connection to route all the traffic over the VPN tunnel, some VPN connections don't do this. The VPN server may be configured to give you access to a private network but not to route your traffic. What it means is there are two types, right? One is all your traffic is going from one side. Second is to make you feel like you belong to a certain like a building. Let's say even if I am remote working, it will make me feel like I'm working in the same building as others. But if I want to access google.com, it won't. So that stuff is also there, which is actually the main case I use VPN for. Should be configured to give you access to private networks but not route your traffic, right? Remember, and once you go in the job, right, game, you will see this is a very common thing. Furthermore, some VPN servers leak your actual IP address, although they are expected to route all your traffic over the VPN. Depending on why you are using a VPN connection, you might need to run a few more tests, such as a DNS leak test. Finally, some countries consider using VPNs illegal and even punishable. Please check the local laws and regulations during using VPNs, especially while traveling. North Korea, I know, doesn't like VPN. You want to see one very interesting thing? So there was just one connection from North Korea that was coming. So who was, I think, streaming or using um, using Twitch to connect, and VPN was one thing that I think, excuse me, they looked into. It is very interesting how much freedom VPN can give you, man. Was this stream or Steam? Steam user, not Twitch. Oh, Steam. Sorry, my bad, my bad, my bad. There is only one or two users able to do. Is crazy. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why I thought stream for some reason. So it's very interesting. How much VPN and things like these can give you freedom. This is actual freedom, in my opinion. Okay, what would you use to connect to various company sites so that the user at the remote office can access resources related to the main branch? VPN. And with that, that's our closing notes. How long is that? Oh, there is a challenge. So this is what we can do tomorrow, because I have to get some work done. Yeah. So let's do this last task 8 tomorrow, right? It's pretty late for you guys. I think 11. Once you guys start doing it, nah, I actually have to go, bro. Like, I have to get some work done. I was supposed to go at 9. Let me know which one out of these 3 you want me to do, though. Yeah, I know. Slave, not the noob. Slave. That's the right word. Slave. Yeah. So let me know which one of these you want me to do, though. Wireshark, TCP dump, or Nmap, right? And we'll start with that. Yeah, basically, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm not even like mad about it because that's actually the reality. Oh man. Holy, what a day. Alrighty. So with that note, yeah, corporate slave. Yep. That's the right professional term for it. That's the professional term for it. Uh, Not yet. There's a difference between not and not yet. Remember that. Right, Renchi boy? There's a difference between not and not yet. Alrighty, lads. This has been a great day. We completed one room which we wanted, and from tomorrow we'll start with something either Wireshark, TCP dump, or Nmap. More towards Nmap. Why not? You call me thousands of things. You call me G all the time. Bye, Dinesh. Have a good one, and let me know if you need any help, man. My DMs are always open, right? We can talk privately if you like, share, whatever, right? Don't worry, everything will be good, okay? No problemo, bro. No problemo. Okay. Thank you so much, lads. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you guys in the evening for some lead code and some more medium level problems which I liked. So, with that note, thank you, and a very big bye coming towards you from the Oh, it's snowing. Yo, one second. Let me show something. It's snowing so heavily. VPN. You guys can see, right? Okay. Can you see the snow going? No, one second. It's hard to see. One second, lads. I want to show you this. It's snowing so heavily. Do you guys see it? Yo, it's so cool. Bro, it's like Christmas almost already. And it's so heavy snow. Bro, I want to jump. I'm not even kidding. I love snow so much. I love skiing and everything. Okay, that's actually a good day. That's a good day. That's something good to end with, right? Okay. Hope you guys are doing well. I will send you guys a picture in like jumping in snow. How about that? If so, okay, let's do this thing. Where we at number of subscribers? Let's see. Send some India? Sure, I will try, man. Let me just see one thing. How about this? If we reach 700, right, before the end of this year, I will send a video of me legit jumping in the snow like this, legit in this t-shirt, and just jumping face, legit in the face. How about that? How about that? You guys like that challenge? Shorts and sandals? Okay, sure. How about this? Shorts, sandals, and just t-shirt, and I will jump legit with the face. Yeah, 750. 750. By the end of this year, 750, you will get shorts, sandals, and this. Bro, there will be more than 1 feet, man. There will be more than 1 feet. This country, this city specifically, it goes to -20, -30 normally. How much is it right now? Should be this week. I know it will be going -7 or 8. Oh, -2. It's -3 right now for me. And oh, this week is going -10. Tomorrow is going -10. Cheers. So okay, that's the challenge. Okay, let's go. Me in shorts, sandals, and t-shirt, jumping legit with the face in, right, in the snow. Alrighty, 750, 750, 750 because it's shorts and sandals too. 750 with shorts and sandals. I'm out of my damn mind, man. I'm out of my damn mind. 750. Yeah, okay. Cheers, lads. Dinesh, hopefully that was fun. At least that was fun for the day. Yeah, go for it. Alrighty, lads. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in the evening for some lead code or die. Cheers. Awesome, Dinesh. Nice to hear, man. Thank you, Rover. Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you, my boy Dose, the Wrenchy Dose. And also Shriram. Thank you, lads. Have a good one with the big pie coming from the sniffer of packets, Censored Hacker, your neighbor, friendly neighborhood hacker, Censored Hacker signing off with a big bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Love you, lads. Love you.